Hey guys, hi, I'm back. As I told you in the last class, we have come up with a special series called as Sprint X, your 10 days sprint to boards. We will be discussing with you small tips and tricks which will help you get more marks in biology. Okay, I'm a biology expert, so I'll be dealing with the biology sections. You would have already seen the physics, chemistry and mathematics, and I hope we are getting a very wonderful response from you people. Okay, so that's why my biology series is planned in the end. So I'll have classes till 30th of Jan starting from 27th, and today we are doing life processes. Okay, the first two sessions are for life processes. We are done with the first one. Today I'll be continuing with my second session. Okay, later on we'll deal with control and coordination tomorrow, and tomorrow only we will start with reproduction chapter, and later we will continue with the reproduction chapter and we'll look into heredity and evolution, and in the end we will wrap up our series with environment management and natural resources. Okay, as I told you, I'll be brushing through all the concepts which you have learned till date, and I'll try to give you certain tips and tricks by discussing previous year questions. Trust me, CBSE many times repeats question. What you need to do is go through all the questions and see if you are able to answer them or not. Okay, here we are also discussing the past year question papers only. Okay, and tell you what an examiner expects from you in these questions. Also basically question paper and your mark sheets. Okay, I know it's your, it's the last leg of your preparation, and what we want you to do is, get a better understanding of how to answer in board exams. Okay, chalo, let's move with the question, series. And we discussed all these things in our last classes. Life processes, I told you what is nutrition, what you need to look in nutrition. And digestion, I told you it's a process of breakdown of food. Then respiration, I told you process of converting it, food into energy. Third, we saw transportation, process of transporting substances throughout your body. And in the end, we saw excretion, process of removal of waste material from the body. And then we moved on to the first question, that is, single cell, multicellular organism. I told you how single cell are very simple, have simple functions, whereas complex organisms like us have complex mechanisms, transportation system, nervous system, excretory system, respiratory system. So we have complex systems. We saw this thing. Then second question we discussed was about digestive system, and we saw the function of digestive enzymes, hydrochloric acid, villi. I told you how to draw this digestive system in a simpler manner. Okay, just please have a look at it. It will help you if you are finding it difficult to draw the digestive system. Then we discussed what is villi, what are its function. Okay, helps in absorption of the food. Very good. Then the third thing we discussed was what is oxygenated blood, deoxygenated blood, why is there a need to separate these bloods in mammals and birds. So we discussed all these things. People who have not seen these videos, please, just browse through the previous video. You will be able to understand, these questions in a better way, and trust me, I have covered the concepts also. If you just look at them, you will be able to answer more questions. Okay. Yeah. So today we'll start off with the fourth question. Okay, that is list 3 characteristics of lungs which make it efficient respiratory surface. Okay, we need to tell characteristics of lungs which make it efficient respiratory surface. Now, yeah, okay, what is the function of the respiratory system? Yep. What the respiratory system consists of? First of all, respiratory system consists of nostrils. Starting from the nostrils, then comes trachea. Trachea se bronchi. Bronchi splits into bronchioles. Then comes the lungs. In the end, what is there? Alveoli. Okay. Yep. So our respiratory system consists of trachea, and lungs. Okay, this is what? What is it? Trachea. What are these? Bronchi. Right, these bronchi get split into bronchioles inside the lungs. Okay, and in the bronchioles, what is the end thing? What are these grape-like things, people? What are these grape-like things? What are these? These are alveoli. Right, this is a simple diagram. You just need to draw this, and trust me, the teacher will reward you with marks. Okay, we don't want that complex artistic diagrams. We just want simple representative diagrams. Trachea has, cartilaginous rings. Why are cartilaginous rings present in trachea? Yes, please. Yes, they are present in trachea to prevent collapse of trachea. The cartilaginous rings, the rings are present in your trachea. You can feel it over here. Okay, there are rings present over there. Why? To prevent your trachea from collapsing. We keep breathing, right? There is a possibility that it will collapse. To prevent it from collapsing, we have cartilaginous rings. Okay, in the trachea. It's an important question, people. It might come for 1 mark or 2. Why are cartilaginous rings present in the trachea? To prevent collapse of trachea. Okay, then you can see trachea splits into bronchi. In the end of the bronchi further splits into something called as bronchioles. Bronchioles in the end have grape-like structure. I have made them like cauliflower, but yeah, they have grape-like structure. Okay, and they help in exchange of gases. What is the exchange surface? Alveoli is the exchange surface. What am I exchanging in alveoli? Carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay, what happens at alveoli? The oxygen comes into the alveoli and carbon dioxide goes out of alveoli, which we exhale out. I am breathing in oxygen, it reached my lungs. Oxygen from my lungs, where do it go? It goes into the alveoli. Okay, now what comes from the alveoli into my lungs? Carbon dioxide. Now what I am doing? Carbon dioxide is coming out. Right? So exchange. What is the exchange surface of the lungs? Where exchange of gases takes place? Alveoli. Okay? Chalo, let's answer the question first. The question says, list 3 characteristics of lungs which make it an efficient respiratory surface. Okay? So yeah. So what are these? These are first, the respiratory surface, that is the alveoli which I was talking about. The grape-like structure. It is very thin walled. What is it? It is very thin walled. Why thin walled? To facilitate diffusion. For quick diffusion of gases. It's like this. It's thin walled. So what happens? The oxygen can go in easily and carbon dioxide can come out. Why is oxygen going inside here? Because its concentration is less inside the alveoli. Okay, diffusion. What is diffusion? Movement from high concentration area to a low concentration area. What is happening outside in the lungs? Outside alveoli, basically carbon dioxide concentration is less. So carbon dioxide is coming out of alveoli into the lungs so that I can exhale it out. Okay, so it has thin wall. Thin walls aid in diffusion. Okay, the second thing is they have moist wall. The entire alveoli and the lungs are very moist, which further help in diffusion. Why do we need moist walls? They help in diffusion. They help in dissolving, getting dissolved over there and coming out. Basically, it helps in diffusion over. Okay? Yeah? Then third thing is they have large surface area. Large surface area so that, diffusion can take place very easily. Right? This is a very important question, people. Okay? Just pay attention to it. Just memorize at least these things. I would like to mention, thin, they are moist, they have large surface area, and fourthly, they are heavily supplied with blood vessels. Heavily supplied with blood vessels. What do I mean by blood supply? Say the alveoli mein to my oxygen came in. But alveoli se kahan jata hai? It goes into blood. Now this blood takes it to all my organs, as I told you. It takes it to all my organs. Okay, now next question we will discuss ki how this happens. Okay, for now, alveoli mein my oxygen goes in from alveoli, it goes into blood. Blood say it travels through all my body. So what are the four important features of respiratory surface? First, it is thin. Second, it is moist. Third, it has large surface area for healthy absorption, basically efficient absorption. And fourth, it is supplied with blood vessels. Okay? Yes, so these are the four things. Just remember these 4 points: thin, moist, large surface area, and blood supply. Okay, at least you'll get 3 out of 4 marks in case it's coming. Okay, so please, like at the place where you will be getting 4 marks writing all it in paragraphs, you will get at least 3 marks. Okay, so please, these are the important keywords which I would be expecting a student to write if I am checking their answer in this question. Okay, chalo, good. Yeah, my next question is, name the site of exchange of material between blood and surrounding cells. Exchange of material between blood and surrounding cells. Okay, chalo, we'll see that. Okay, then the next is draw a schematic diagram of transport and exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in human body. Basically here we are talking about respiratory system, circulatory system. This was the question, right, people? So here, site of exchange of material between blood and surrounding cells. Now, can you please tell me what are the various types of blood vessels? What are the various types of blood vessels? Yes. What are they? Artery, vein, and capillaries. Arteries, veins, and capillaries. What do arteries do? Yes, arteries help in carrying oxygen rich blood. They help in carrying oxygen rich blood. What do veins do? They carry deoxygenated or carbon dioxide rich blood. What do capillaries do? Exactly, they are the exchange site of organs where exchange takes place. Say this is my organs. Okay, this is my organ. There is a artery coming in. There is a vein going out. This is an artery. This is an vein. It brings in oxygen rich blood, and this takes out carbon dioxide rich blood. Vein take out carbon dioxide rich blood. Now what happens here? These small pipes. What are these? These are capillaries. What is happening in capillaries, people? Here exchange is taking place. The cells now. The cell is there. it takes in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. So capillaries are the site where exchange of material between blood and cells take place. Capillaries are the site where exchange of material between blood and cells take place. Okay? Yeah. And what is the function of artery? Carries oxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood, except, yes, which is the artery which carries deoxygenated blood? You will mention in the comments. Veins, which is the vein which carries oxygenated blood, and artery which carries deoxygenated blood. My bad, yeah. Okay, just mention in the comments. Let's see. Yeah. So the second part of the question was, draw a schematic diagram of transport of exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in human bodies. Let's see how we can draw it in a simpler manner. Okay. So we can draw as a block diagram. Lungs, heart. The question was asking about the transportation system. Lungs, hearts, and we have the organs. Okay, so what happens over here? I breathe in, right? Oxygen has reached lungs. From here, lungs, the oxygen rich blood comes to the heart. The oxygen rich blood which we saw in the last example. What is happening? What was happening there? Alveoli was getting in oxygen rich blood. The blood has to go somewhere. The blood from lungs, which is oxygen rich, comes to heart. Right? The blood which is oxygen rich comes to heart. What is this, people? What is this vessel, blood vessel, which is carrying oxygenated blood to heart? Yes, it is pulmonary vein. As I told you, there is only one vein which carries oxygenated blood. That is what? That is pulmonary vein. Okay. Now the blood has reached heart. Okay. Now from this heart, the blood moves to organ. The heart pumps the blood towards organ. What type of blood is coming over here? Yes, my friends, oxygenated blood. Okay, now what is bringing this oxygenated blood to the organs? Yes, what is bringing it over here? Aorta. Okay, aorta is the largest artery of the body. It is the largest artery of the body which takes oxygenated blood to all my organs. Okay, it splits basically, but yeah, it's the largest artery which we say carries oxygenated blood from lungs to organs, and from organs yes, my friend, from organs the oxygenated blood here, what happens over here? Here oxygenated blood gets converted into carbon dioxide rich blood. Basically the oxygen gets used up in respiration and byproduct carbon dioxide is produced. You would have read, right, in respiration what happens when food breaks down, carbon dioxide is produced as byproduct. So in cells what is happening? Respiration takes place and carbon dioxide is produced. So oxygen is used up and carbon dioxide is released. Now this carbon dioxide released is taken from organs towards the heart so that it can be thrown out. So what takes it to the heart? Which vein takes it to the heart? Yes, people? Yeah. Vena cava takes deoxygenated blood from organs to the heart. Now what happens from here? The deoxygenated blood has reached heart. Now from here, the deoxygenated blood moves towards lungs, right? The deoxygenated blood move towards lungs. Now which is this blood vessel? Yes, people, it's a blood vessel carrying deoxygenated blood. Which one is this? Yes, it's the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood. Okay? Yes. Okay, then it comes into the lungs and it is exhaled out. Yeah. Okay, so this is the entire circulatory system. It's a block diagram, people. If you just draw this, trust me, you'll get marks. In case you are not able to draw this complex diagram. Okay, here are lung capillaries, as I told you. This is heart. We have the pulmonary vein brings it to the heart, the aorta takes it to the organs, and the organs say vena cava say pulmonary artery takes it back to the lungs, and we just exhale it out. Okay, so this is the entire circulatory system. If you draw those block diagrams also, you will get good marks. No need to get scared of these things. Okay, just draw the block diagram, just show that you have understood the concept and you are able to replicate it. Okay, you just need to mention Kia. Yeah, you need to mention here the oxygenated blood is coming over here. Here also oxygenated blood. Okay, here CO2 rich blood is going. Here also CO2 rich blood is going. Okay, please do mention these, because it will show that you have had a complete understanding. Okay, so this is it from my side for the life process chapter. Okay, I hope you would have got certain basic understanding and you have just got a broad idea what a teacher expects from a student when he's checking your copies. Okay, now similarly, I'll be discussing more questions about control and coordination in the next class. Okay, do mention in your comments what you want me to add, what are your feedbacks, so that we can improve on this. Okay, and we just want you to have a good experience and I help you as much as possible in your board exams. Okay, in case you want certain videos to be made, we'll be very happy to do that. Okay friends, bye bye. This is it from my side. All the best, stay focused, work hard, and victory will be yours. Okay, all the best, bye.